Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Untitled Sickos Project, where I might be in the eye of the storm soon. Who knows? We might have a sick NATO coming through, or watch out, Nick. There's a hurricane coming through. But anywho, I'm Bears fan alongside my four beautiful co-hosts, or well, handsome, or whatever adjective they like to call themselves. Hell, if they want me to call them ugly, I'll call them ugly.
I'm just stupid.
True.
I figured out to get my mic working this time. I thought OBS does the automatic noise suppression thing because, like, I've listened back on previous streams and it's been fine and hasn't been that bad. But we uploaded a short and the other day, and I heard faint NHL commentary, and I'm like, oh shit, my mic picked that up. But now I have it working properly this time. So I watched the Reborn stream, and I was like, yeah, this is how I normally should sound. Why the hell doesn't OBS automatically have noise filtration? What the hell? So, chat, I'm upset about that, but hey, I got it working at the end of the day.
Okay, but who are you, though?
A dumbass.
Who are you?
Thank you, Math.
Oh, I am Luke, and I am stupid.
Thank you.
Stupid.
No, I'm not gonna say that on stream.
Anyways, well, we don't say that. Hello, I am Nickman. You know who doesn't have to worry about tornadoes? Las Vegas, and that's a plus, if there ever was one.
Yeah, you want to know something else about Vegas? How many rainstorms have you gotten? Hold this L.
It rained yesterday, dumbass.
It rains yesterday.
Taegan, I get more rain in Chilliwack. We just had 2 atmospheric rivers back to back raining down on us. Take that, liberal.
Anywho, who's that person?
Me? I'm Carsausage, and I suppose the adjective my mom would use to describe me is special. And it's also gonna rain later tonight. Neat. So if you hear me screaming, batten down the hatches, that's why. And I believe there's
Noah.
Yes,
Noah.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I've been busy working on something. Yeah, it's
nerd.
Oh, thanks. But yeah, hi, I'm Noah. I am Noah. I'm just working on something right now.
Is that Noah Amper? Noah 24 Amper middle name?
That's not how names work.
No.
Yeah, I think that's a slight miscalculation there, Taegan.
Noah 24 Amper middle name. That's his name. That's literally his name. I don't know why you're laughing. It's not that funny. That's literally his name. I've seen his passport. I've literally went to Pennsylvania. I went to his house. I took out his driver's license, and on it said specific.
Sir, are you sure that you realize that's illegal, right?
Sir, this is an Arby's.
No. Look, I'm just saying. Your full name is Noah 24 Amper middle name. Like, it's not that hard, guys. I have photo ID proof, and if you want the photo ID proof, give me $10,000. That's enough to get me and Noah a vacation. So I can.
Yeah, and it's also enough to bail you out of jail.
Hey, Noah wouldn't put me to jail if I took him on a vacation.
It's also our first incentive if you support us on Untitled Sickos Patreon, which is our new Patreon we're opening.
Yeah.
It's a Patreon that no one can subscribe to.
Yeah, for $100 a month, fuck it. For $100 a month, Nick will personally handwrite you a letter saying how much he loves you.
Yeah, I'll make sure to do that. Just don't expect to raise handwriting.
Dude, I
Anywho,
have terrible. And also, the most important guest we have joining us today, because he was such a gem last week. And if you haven't seen the short where we cursed the Washington Commanders, we need some chaos. We have ReactBot again. I just don't know where I'm gonna put him this time around.
Say hello, buddy.
Now this is more like it.
See, he loves the star treatment. ReactBot is so here. He's ready to curse people. ReactBot is terrifying. The ReactBot cursed the Washington Commanders last week. I am terrified of what we're about to unleash in the Sickles lore.
well,
ReactBot, are you going to be nice today?
Dude, that video kicked.
Dude, that video did
But.
kick. But
before we start, I do have a tiny bit of a welcome mat I would like to bring up since I've been absent for a while.
Just watch hockey.
Saying to watch hockey will not make you watch hockey.
But if we say it enough, we could get you to watch hockey, right, Nick?
No.
Watch hockey.
I'm not watching hockey.
You just have to taste it.
If you don't watch hockey, you're not really white.
Holy shit!
Anyways, Taegan, what's the welcome
as I was going to say, for a small widow opening mat, you know how the last 2 episodes have been hockey, correct? This is actually my first podcast that I will be attending in my new house. That's right. I moved out of my mother's place, and I moved in with my sister. So it's only half as embarrassing to say that I live with family.
Yeah, big moves up for the Bear Down gamer.
I'm not the Bear Down gamer. Don't call me that. I don't associate myself with them. Don't make me bring up Skull Viking Gamer's thoughts on Elon Musk. And his general thoughts on Jewish people.
About this, like you're acting like he wasn't the one who sabotaged your Xfinity internet. You have to remember this, people.
Yeah, he literally chewed on your wires like a rat.
He's in your walls. He's in your walls, spying on your
wires. He chewed on his
wires,
so we couldn't see him lose to the Raiders.
Browns.
Yeah, he didn't want us losing.
Not locked in. Not a Martians fan. SMH.
But you denied seeing your diehard Martians fans. You denied us seeing us.
I denied them?
Yes, because your footage was not showing in the last bit because of your internet connection.
Not you. Not you. It was the one who was chewing on your wires.
Yeah, Taegan was chewing
personally,
on those wires.
I think that's the Vegas gamer, honestly. We got the Canadian gamer, the Skull gamer, the Bear gamer, and
I don't know where the Vegas gamer is. He had a room on my patio, but he's completely left.
Yeah,
no. 20 Amber, you don't seem to get it. You've met the Pennsylvania gamer before.
This is the part where he tells us he's not really from Pennsylvania.
No, he's met the Pennsylvania gamer before. They just happen to have some interesting thoughts on the Philadelphia Eagles, and they think that the Sixers just need to give it one more shot. They need to trust the process again.
He also wishes that he also wishes they would the Sixers would stop getting people like Ben Simmons and more like Kristaps Porzingis.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Nah, I got a better one. He's very glad that Bryce Harper came to his team, but the fact that Nick Castellanos is on there kind of gives him the heebie-jeebies.
No, having Nick Castellanos on any team, especially if it's baseball, is just super funny. Because any tragedy that he has, that goes on in the world is going to be met with, and it's a 2-run home run by Nick Castellanos. Like 9/11 could happen, and then Nick Castellanos is going to hit a home run. Like, where were you when the Queen died, and then Nick Castellanos hit a home run?
I mean, I remember when he was with the West Michigan Whitecaps. He hit a homer like the day after Osama bin Laden was found dead.
See, no man has that kind of power.
You brought up the Queen dying. I'm just saying, we've never seen Nick Castellanos and Shalat together. We've never seen them together.
Interesting.
React bot,
but
let's go in goblin mode.
It's true. Oh damn, that's sirens. Chat, I hear sirens outside.
Oh boy.
React bot, do you have any advice for
I'm not a pussy. I'll ride this bitch out.
I heard a little bit of it. I heard a little bit of it.
Is it like those weird ass Chicago tornado sirens, or is it like one of those like what kind of siren is it?
It's a very eerie siren. Very eerie.
Just like a standard steady tone, or is it like one of those that like goes up and down as it goes up and down?
Oh no, it literally sounds like a siren in like a pirate thing, like a siren on like a rock or something. It sounds ominous, ominous as fuck.
It sounds anonymous as fuck, dude.
Anywho, this is all just to say a couple things. If we get the first weather update from Bears fan here soon. What?
Yes.
No. I thought someone knocked on my door real quick. This is off to a great start.
Guys, you know what this means?
Funny.
Guys, you know what this means? It's the return of the best sicko segment, the weather report.
No.
Except they're not going to be revealing my location because that would be doxing me.
We're not going to say what our locations are. No.
Oh, I'm going.
You're saying doxing when you said you have my photo ID. I don't think you're one to talk, Mr. Taegan. Sorry.
I hate to. Hey, I'm gonna say, don't be hating. Don't be hating on me in your $2 jacket because I came over and I finessed your shit. That's all I'm saying.
React bot.
Real.
Hee.
Don't dox yourself! I hope that's a lie. Don't dox yourself. Because you know
Anywho,
what? I live on First Street in Vancouver. Boom.
Anywho, I will finish this off with saying this. Our good friend David Miller, we love him on here. Oh, hello, Jugger. This is a good time to say this. We had a little scuffle this morning, and Luke was privy to it. But I'm going to double down on my statement. Johto sucks. Gen 2 sucks. Anyone that thinks Gen 2 is hype needs to actually shut up.
Why do you hate Gen 2 so much?
Since I played Heart Gold or Soul Silver, so
I consider Heart Gold Soul Silver to be Gen 4.
Oh,
and not to mention, like, I had a lot of fun. I did a Nuzlocke recently on Heart Gold Soul Silver, and I did it deathless.
Luke, this is your punishment for getting me into Pokemon. You're gonna let me form opinions that you do not want to hear because I am the one person here that seems to be I'm not like other boys and picks the most randomest shit.
I want to quote.
This is all on you.
Quote a wise man, what he once said in our podcast. I hate that I have to agree with you.
Regardless,
I remember the words that he said. He said, "I hate that I have to agree with you on this."
Insane.
So because of that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So because of that, like, you know, you're allowed. People have shit. Everybody has shitty Pokemon takes. I've been in this dog shit community for a while now, so I mean,
I'm not even in the community, and I have a shitty Pokemon take. And
what
that's
is your
that.
shitty Pokemon take?
It's that Pokemon Pinball is the best Pokemon game that came out for the Game Boy Color.
Because that's the only game you've played.
LOL.
That's the
Anywho,
only game you've played.
Suck my nuts. It's still my opinion.
well,
I don't know, but
chat-
I'd say if anything, play another Pokemon game.
Anyways,
well,
I tried playing Yellow once.
Yeah, Yellow was garbage. Why are you? Gen 1 is garbage.
I regret bringing up Pokemon because Luke, I'm gonna hit you with the spritz. We're not turning this into Reborn Part 2.
We're not gonna play Reborn, not until the opening day week. Fuck, opening day week, really?
All right.
Anywho, to move on, I know I talked about this with Luke earlier,
Pokemon.
but
You're gonna come on and say Gen 2 is the worst. Damn, bro.
no.
You didn't even use a good argument.
okay,
You could have said,
that is
what
enough.
do you
That
think
is enough of
about Gen
Pokemon
2's
goes to the Sickos. We're
metagame?
done with this.
Anywho,
Taegan
as I was
started
saying,
it!
I know.
And Nick's
I'm just
ending it.
saying it's time to end it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So I know Luke said that he isn't going to do it, which he's not going to. But free agency is hit, and Luke is simply put, he doesn't want to grade it. So guess what? I'll be grading it, chat. Welcome to the Sickos Grade Free Agency.
Guess what? We're not grading free agency. We're just gonna go over moves. That's it. We're not gonna grade it. No, we're not grading it. We are graded. I'm sorry. We are graded out here.
Yeah, we already got our grading, and we've taken the elements we liked from it, namely ReactBot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jugger, say hi to ReactBot.
Hi, ReactBot.
ReactBot, say something to Jugger.
Yikes.
Yikes!
Great first interaction.
What did they call me? Did they just call me a slur?
No, he said yikes.
Yeah,
watch my share screen. That's ReactBot.
Anywho,
Who paid ChatGPT $200 for this?
No, this is free.
It's Jack's Films.
It's Jack's Films.
That's how he got
Well,
it. Anyway, while ReactBot keeps introducing himself to new people, Taegan, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I finally I have everything up so that way we can go in alphabetical order.
We're not gonna grade
starting from
We're
team.
not going to grade
I'm not setting it for grades. Let me finish.
Okay, I'm sorry. It sounded like that.
I was literally going to say I have it up here so that way we can go team by team and just sort of look at the moves and everything. First up is the Arizona Cardinals. Some major moves. Signing Jacoby Brissett.
Harrison Jr. jersey.
Anywho, signing Jacoby Brissett 2 years for $12 million. Getting Dalvin Tomlinson for 2 years, $29 million. And their big transaction this go around. Josh Sweat, 4 years, $76 million. Pretty solid. Pretty overall solid. I think Josh Sweat's really going to help out that defensive line. I mean, after all, last year their best pass rusher was Zach Allen, which Zach Allen's doing decent, but like now that they got Josh Sweat, it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty good knowing that defense is going to be a little bit more stable going into this year.
Yeah, good move for the Cardinals. I agree.
Right.
Yeah, it seems like Jonathan Gannon is finally building the defense he wants to build.
Exactly.
Something I noticed when you were rattling off those names, it's kind of a reunion between him and Dalvin Tomlinson, because I want to say that Gannon spent some time in Minnesota when DT was also in Minnesota.
Let me look that up.
I'm checking.
Not Rich Gannon. I searched up Rich Gannon. I went Jonathan Gannon.
Jonathan Gannon, he was the assistant defensive backs coach for the Minnesota Vikings from 2014 to 2017.
Yeah, so that's about the time.
Yeah,
Give or
that's
take.
close.
I mean,
Yeah.
Josh Sweat's kind of nice. Getting some good build, like going heavier on the trenches is something that it's going to be more of a trend these days. I think people are going to be looking very heavily in the draft and going forward as well. I can see that, but to me, it's more of like, sure, you get a couple depth pieces, but to me, this next year is all on Kyler Murray and the fact that I can now buy a Marvin Harrison Jr. jersey.
Yeah. Honestly, too, they even got some decent resignings. Like, Say Jones is a good depth piece, especially considering that, he's been kind of under the radar as a sneaky good receiver, and re-signing Baron Browning for a 2-year, $15 million deal is pretty good, too.
Yeah.
I think
Good stuff.
I think they've done a pretty good job for the Cardinals. Any other comments before we head to the Falcons?
ReactBot, how do you think the Cardinals did?
Certified banger.
Okay.
Yeah,
True.
they did have a banger of an offseason.
Yeah. Especially now they can buy a Marvin Harrison Jr. jersey.
My Marvin.
My jersey.
All right. Well, up next we have the Atlanta Falcons, whose big moves were signing Leonard Floyd, Raider legend Divine Diablo, but for the most part, it was all
too.
true. Also, too, they got some re-signings. Re-signing Mike Hughes to a 3-year, $18 million deal. Getting Kadero Hodges for 2 years, $6 million. Josh Woods at linebacker. And then for some extensions, they extend their long snapper, Liam McCullough, or however the fuck you say that. McCullough, to a 4-year deal. Chat. Long snappers can get 4-year deals now.
Guys, long snapper news.
From all
Also,
it sounds
Jake
like,
Matthews.
It sounds like here's a bunch of depth pieces. Half of these guys might not even be on the team come cut day. It's cheap, low-end deals. I don't think those are not fully guaranteed either, and those are like money that you can really part with. It's just mostly depth signings. Nothing's going to move the deal. Like, Divine Diablo is somewhat interesting, but there's not a whole lot here that moves the needle for the Falcons when they need there's like a big need for them on defense, as they couldn't get to a quarterback to save their life.
They also released their best defensive lineman last year, Grady Jarrett.
But like,
also, real quick, I want to say they extended Jake Matthews to a 2-year extension.
Well, like, sure,
but, Grady,
you let your best guy go, but like, there's a trend that I have learned. Is this guy who you're paying a lot of money going to really help you move the needle? No. So, snip, McGlip clip.
I guess, but also, too, a lot of...
They basically released them because it was pretty much the dead cap was very easy to cut, so that's why Jarrett got released.
Hey, speaking of snip, McClip clip, March Madness is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. We're going to talk about our knowledge of vasectomies instead of the actual...
Yeah, can't forget the classics.
Great, can I get a hell yeah?
Real.
Anyways, on the topic of that, while ReactBot entertains everyone, on the topic of Atlanta, I mean, the move that really catches my eye is Leonard Floyd, mainly because, well, Ryan Pace still likes his guys.
I mean, Ryan Pace is a... I know Ryan Pace internally cried inside once he saw that Khalil Mack was re-signing with the Chargers. Because I 100% would have known that the Falcons would have thrown a good couple of bucks at him to come to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, man, if Kevin White was still playing, he'd be given a contract by the Falcons.
Oh. Dude, how many?
No, you don't hear. Just wait until Trubisky's contract is up. His ass is going to be in Atlanta faster than you could say Popeyes.
Yo, I can get that Popeye chicken.
But yeah, overall, just just a very whatever free agency. They're probably looking more towards the draft to help fix their needs.
Which is not the right way to go. They're weirdly they're doing weird things, and it's gonna weirdly work out for them. Falcons.
Right.
I don't like them. I don't understand them. And honestly, I think they're kind of gay.
They need to give me more pictures of Spider-Man.
Wild. But hey, anything else before we move on to the Ravens?
Yeah, I'm gonna get into a coma here, so let's go talk about more exciting teams than the Falcons that did jack shit.
Anywho, let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens. Would you like to know who they signed this year? They did re-sign Ronnie Stanley to a 3-year deal. Patrick Ricard, we love fullbacks, and Tylan Wallace. They end up releasing Marcus Williams, which was surprising. But guys, you're not gonna guess who they got. They got DeAndre Hopkins. You know, if this was 5 years ago, this would be fucking insane. Now it's 2025, and DeAndre Hopkins is going to be wide receiver 3 on that team.
I'm gonna be honest. From what Nuke is, he's done.
If this were 5 years ago, if this were 5 years ago, I'd be like, "Yo, you hear about that crazy virus going around?"
Yo, God, it's just like
my only interactions with Sickles 5 years ago was Nick. That was it.
Yeah, it's kind of wild that this is the same week, 5-year anniversary of the Oklahoma City Utah game.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Rudy, you idiot!
Wow. Rudy Gobert, you little goofball, you.
This is why you never trust the French kids. When in doubt, don't trust Frenchies. But anywho, afterwards, simply put, there's not even much else. The Baltimore Ravens have done nothing in free agency, which is like realistically, what the fuck do they need to do in free agency, in all honesty? They still have the roster to kick it back next year. Mm-hmm. Obviously, their draft, and they have a pretty good draft record, so they'll get another guy. But, like, legitimately...
I think they need to invest more on the defensive side come the draft, but in terms of free agency, this is fine. I mean, Nuke Hopkins isn't what he was, but at the same time, considering the Ravens' wide receiver room right now is far and away the best it's been with Lamar, it's fine. Like, it is what it is, but yeah, not much really to say here.
I just find it really funny that the wide receiver 2 in Baltimore is Rashad Bateman. Simply put, I this is completely off topic, but how the fuck... Rashad Bateman feels like he's been in the league forever. But he's done absolutely fuck all for like 4 seasons. Like, Chet, I think Rashad Bateman might just be like a Madden-generated player.
I mean, to be fair, he did do a lot more last season. Like, he actually finally started doing a lot of stuff last year. But, yeah, it is kind of wild that before that, he had been in the league for 3 seasons before that and done basically next to nothing.
He's the most... I think he's the new he's in the league kind of player, which is funny because he has had a fucking short-ass career in the NFL. Anywho, Rashad Bateman out of the way. Baltimore, congratulations, you existed. Now we got the big boy team, the Buffalo Bills. So let's quickly go over who they re-signed and extended. Re-signed Ty Johnson, Reggie Gillum, their long snapper to 4 years, DeMar Hamlin, Dane Jackson, and now time for the big boys. Terrell Bernard, 4 years, $50 million. Khalil Shakir, 4 years, $60 million. Gregory Rousseau, 4 years, $80 million. And then you got Mr. MVP himself, Josh Allen, 6 years, $330 million. They also traded away Khair Aleem and released Von Miller. Now, as for their free agent signing, Joshua Palmer, Darrington Evans, Kendrick Green, Laviska Chenault, who's still only remembered for that one play, Derek Forrest, Darrington Evans, and Larry Unbinjobi and Michael Hoek, who are both now suspended for 6 weeks for abusing the substance policy. And last but not least, Joey Bosa.
Big game hunting. I like the deal that they extended for Josh Allen because it's only $55 million a year. Like he could have gotten 60 plus, but chose less money. And to quote what he said, he says, $5 million wasn't really a difference maker here. He's got everything he needs, so it's easy to take less money. So I like that Josh Allen took less money. It allows the Bills to spend more on other areas of their team. I like what the Bills are doing. They're going in the right direction. It's beat the Chiefs. Stop wasting my time. Beat the Chiefs.
The only thing that I'm kind of concerned about a little bit is that Khalil Shakir deal. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I saw the Cooper Cup contract today, and I'm like, how is Khalil Shakir, a guy who's had a decent season last year and who's been wallowing in the wide receiver hell room that is the Bills' wide receiving trio, how does he get $15 million a year? How?
How many years guaranteed?
I think it's 3.
No, that's total years. How many was it?
Yeah, 3 years guaranteed. I think he got like $40 million guaranteed.
I mean, we'll get to him later, but I mean, I think there's a specific reason as to why Cup got the contract that they got. But regarding the Bills, I mean, I like what they've done. The Josh Allen extension is a great extension. I think it's a great contract, especially considering the current quarterback market we have right now. I mean, getting Joey Bosa's a good move. I mean, only $12.6 million. That's fine. You really hope he can stay healthy because when he's healthy, he's pretty productive. But that's a big if. That's a big ask. So, yeah, I mean, I like what the Bills have done here, but I don't know. I think there's more to be done.
Taken, it's only half of it's guaranteed.
My bet.
It's only
Still,
2 years. 2 years are guaranteed. Yeah. By then, you're gonna pay Kean Coleman the big boy money, so it's fine.
Maybe, but still, I will say this: I find it really funny that Trump got elected into office, and immediately wants to turn Canada into 51st state. So Joey Bosa went straight to Buffalo, was like, and decided to be the strongest soldier.
About the 51st state. Do not talk about it when you have a Canadian in here.
Will do. Regardless, also Joshua Palmer, 3 years, $36 million. Why do the Bills just want to overpay for wide receivers? Like, Joshua Palmer's fine, but he's like gonna be meddling in that entire wide receiving trio.
I mean, it's an overpay, but honestly, I don't know. I've seen worse. Like, yeah, it's an overpay, but I don't know. Like, you don't want to pay that much for a guy who's basically going to be a wide receiver 3 at best. But yeah, I've seen worse.
Yeah. Bills just be doing weird stuff this offseason, and it just kind of works. I mean, you got Josh Allen for 6 more years. I don't think you can call this a bad offseason.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, they could give the worst contract ever to the shittiest player ever, and it still would be decent.
Yeah, I think part of I feel like part of it is that Buffalo just embraces the weird. Like, I don't know if any of you are on TikTok at all, but like, their posts on TikTok after a victory are some of the wildest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I can thank a certain member of the Jaggle that always wants to show us that.
Yeah, a certain one. But yeah, Bills, congratulations, you're still doing decent. Up next is the Carolina Panthers. For their re-signs, Tommy Tremble, 2 years, $60 million. Michael Jackson, apparently, the king of pop, rose from the dead and started locking people up. 2 years, 14 mil. Brady Christensen, 1 year, 2.8 mil. Andy Dalton for 2 years. Dan Chisna for 1 year. Austin Corbett for a
Oh,
year.
Dan Chisna, I recognize
Yeah.
that name. He was on the Vikings a while back.
Interesting.
He was like practice squad fodder last I saw him.
Fair. After that, J.C. Horn, 4 years, 100 mil. I'm going to. I really don't want to be critical about everything, but like also, did J.C. Horn warrant a $100 million contract?
No.
No, I agree with you.
No, but I mean, have you seen how? Look, $100 million. Yeah, that's a bit of an overpay. But if you saw anything about how historically bad the Panthers' defense was last year, you know they got to do whatever it takes to fix this defense.
Yeah, I get it. It's just it's gonna look weird later on. But getting to their signings, Tershawn Wharton, 3 years, 54 mil. Oh shit! Tornado warning in effect. Chat.
Uh-oh.
Taegan's get. Oh.
My phone.
So chat,
Anywho,
as an
the show must go
emergency,
on.
If Taegan were to have suffer during a tornadic event, we an emergency Magnum will be deployed in the meantime, just so you know. And
Don't
hey,
Yeah,
we also
but
have
I'll intervene for you, Pookie.
and we also
I
have
will be okay.
we also have ReactBot.
It is what it is.
Jesus, insane. Current fucking hell. That scared the like that noise came from absolutely fucking nowhere, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that was
Anywho.
audible. Like we all heard that.
Yeah, we heard that.
Damn. I mean, I'm looking at NWS and all that. Show must go on. Fuck a tornado. Fucking. Let's talk about
just leaving
Trayvon
her.
Morig.
Now
Let's
that
talk about
he said that,
Trayvon
like,
Morig.
Tornado's gonna like delete his house now.
Yeah. Also,
Anywho.
I believe the Panthers made a deal with a certain breakout player from the Cowboys last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Carolina just got to keep going, keep on. The key thing is Bryce Young's continued development. Seems like he's on the right track. Be interesting seeing what they do in like rounds 2 and 3. I think that's going to be very interesting. So we'll see what they decide to do.
Yeah. Agreed. I mean, getting Trayvon's a great pickup. I love that pickup for Carolina, especially for the secondary. But yeah, I mean, getting Rico Dowdle, especially seeing how well the Panthers' run game was doing last season, like that's a great pickup, especially only at $6.5 million. Yeah, I love that move.
Immediately replacing Miles Sanders, just like that.
It's a wonderful move.
I mean, not even just that though. Like, it's just it feels like the NFL is starting to go to a two-back format. Like, for the most part, you now no longer just have a pure running back one. You have to include running back 1 and 2 into equations now, because it feels like that's just kind of the trend everything's going. I mean, look at the Patriots, look at the Giants, look at the Bengals, look at Detroit, look at the Buccaneers. Like every single team now, the ideology of a bell cow back is dying. The guy that's going to carry the Rock 40.
It's been over.
Not true, because Derrick Henry was
you
still.
have to have a specific talented person to be that true number 1 running back. There are those that are going to be your bell cows. Like Ashton Jeanty is going to be your bell cow. But like those are so far and few now. It's you either have one or you're going to deploy a 2-back system.
Yeah, I mean it's very like Derrick Henry's. They don't grow on trees.
No, they grow in Alabama.
Insane. But yeah, I mean, Panthers did pretty well. I think we do have to bring up the elephant in the room. They lost the sweepstakes.
Oh, that was painful. I felt
Yeah.
bad for them.
Oh
They
no, that's just something that they can't bid. You can't outbid that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did what?
the Milton Williams thing.
What thing?
Do you not remember the Milton Williams thing?
No. What?
Where it was a quote a done deal that Milton Williams was going to the Panthers, and then everybody said psych.
That this year?
Yeah,
Oh.
it was this
Yeah.
agency period.
There's too much things that happen. Okay,
Luke,
well that's.
come on, man.
Well, I'm literally old. I'm Unk.
Yeah,
One
well,
of the
I'm
days
literally
this week I was working at corrections.
I'm literally a few months younger than you, bro.
Yeah, one of these days, like when I work where I work, I don't have access to a cell phone. I'm there
Yes.
12 hours. So I'm out of the house for 13 hours.
Skill issue. Just hide one up your ass.
Oh, they have metal detectors and biometric scans before I get in every time. So, no, I can't.
Yeah. It sounds like you've been a bad boy, dude.
Okay.
minor break. We are back.
Anyways,
what
Panthers,
would you
they
hear?
did
What
stuff.
happened?
Next!
Next up on the docket, it is the Chicago Bears. Ooh, buddy. Okay,
Bears.
so at the
God damn it.
very least, if a tornado does end up hitting, I'm at least able to talk about my favorite team. You know what? I consider this a success. Anywho, simply put, I'm gonna say this right now, and for the other Bears fan in chat, we're gonna just say it. We're off-season champs, three-peating in the row. Fuck the Kansas City Chiefs. They can't do shit on us. We know how to three-peat in Chicago. They don't know how to three-peat anywhere else. Dap me up.
Does this
Listen,
mean you guys are going to
this
go
is shut. Hey,
7 and 10 again?
hold on. Let me talk. Let me fucking talk. Listen. The Bears, they knew what the mission was here. They had to three-peat. They had to pull the three-peat because they know something that they can do something that Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs couldn't do. So the Chicago Bears, congratulations. I am happy to see the three-peat, even if it is just for the off-season champions. Because you know what? Hang the fucking banner. I don't care. You know what? We did something that the Chiefs couldn't do. But anyways, should we talk about the moves themselves?
Yes. I'm just going to say this now. Trenches. I'm not going to go into it because I'll just go on and on. Jonah Jackson, traded for Jonah Jackson, got Joe Thuney, got Drew Gallman, got Deo Adeyingbo, Grady Jarrett, and even some tight ends with Durham Smythe and Stephen Carlson. And also they signed special teamer Eamon Onbognia. Also on here, they don't have Josh Blackwell got it re-signed, but I do want to bring up the fact that Josh Blackwell is a fucking stud. He's one of the best special teamers in the NFL, and I fucking love him. Anywho, Nick, feel free to comment.
I love trenches, Charlie. I love trenches!
I love them so much!
Anyway. Yeah, so in terms of my favorite moves here by the Bears, getting Joe Thuney from the Chiefs, absolutely love that move. That's a great move. We need that kind of O-lineman. We need an O-lineman that's great at his job, that brings leadership, and we got that. So, very happy about that. Jonah Jackson, I like it for the value we gave up, because, let's be real, a 6th-round pick is a 6th-round pick. I'm fine with the trade, and, Jonah Jackson, he did have did have the injury last year, and granted, he was playing at a position that was not exactly the best suited for him in LA last year, but I think having him reunited with Ben Johnson should help, playing in a position that he's more familiar with. Yeah, I'm fine with that. You know, we re-signed some guys. We got Grady Jarrett, which I'm fine with. I know he didn't have the best season last year in Atlanta, and granted, he was still one of their best edge rushers, but that cap hit was why they released him. I have very much faith that the Bears can fix them, and he will be doing very well for us. And also, like Joe Tooney, he's a leader. And I can tell you, leaders do well on the Bears defense, because we saw it last year with Kevin Byard. He was a major presence in that locker room right behind Jalen Johnson. So I love having more leaders in the locker room. We got Drew Dahlman. Speaking of the Bears getting guys from the Falcons, we got Drew Dahlman. Love it. We've needed a center. We've needed a center very badly. I think this is a very good move. Getting how do you pronounce his name again? The guy from Indianapolis that we got.
Deo Odeingo. Odeingo. Deo.
I'll just say Deo.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Deo.
Yeah, Deo. Deo. I get why there are a little bit of concerns, but at the same time, the thing with Deo is, yeah, he didn't exactly have the best season last year, but he was also playing in a defense that was being coached by a fossil named Gus Bradley, and I think going to a better system in Chicago. Not to mention, he's still pretty young and has great athleticism. Like, yeah, I really like the value here for what could possibly be a great signing here, because it's basically like the way I see that signing, because this is kind of the one where I saw a little more divide over it, but overall I still saw a mostly positive reception to it. The way I see this signing is it's a B- signing with an A-level potential. So I like what we did there. I really enjoyed. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, not only just that, but like, here's the thing. I think a lot of people, especially Bears fans, are like, "Oh, well, you have to develop Deo, and you're gonna have to do all this." And they're like, "Oh, the Bears can't really develop people," and it's like, no, the Bears can develop people. I mean, they developed talent during the Matt Nagy era, like, and he also developed talent during some of the Eberflus era, but that was on offense. Regardless, Deo can develop, and the fact that he'll have Dennis Allen teaching him, going one hand in the ground, he's going to be he's going to be a guy that's going to be coached well, and he has that potential. And if he like kind of suffers this year and goes like a Robert Quinn route where he's not good for the first 2 years, he's not really getting to the sack. But then, like, by middle of year 2, going on to year 3, he's putting up 20 sacks in a season. I mean, that's a perfectly good signing.
Yeah, I mean, like, once again, the Bears have needed to address the trenches, and they have more than done that this offseason. Of course, there's still more work to be done, but so far, I really like what we've done here. Now, the only move that the Bears made this offseason that I'm not a fan of is not keeping Jack Sanborn. That's the one move where I'm like, okay, I don't like that. I don't like that we're not keeping him, especially with how young he is and the fact that he went to Dallas. So I don't like that.
If it makes you, I was gonna say, Nick, if it makes you feel any better, a lot of Dennis Allen's like playbook designs, a lot of them don't use a sub linebacker. So 9 times out of 10, it's going to be 2 linebackers on the field, and then with a nickel corner coming in. So you're going to see a lot more of Kyler Gordon, which good news. And I love Jack Sanborn. I would love to bring him back, but he wasn't going to be here. His flaws were he wasn't fast enough. He didn't know how to really cover. He was great in run game, but he couldn't outspeed some of the guys. He'll be good in Dallas, but it sucks. But
really hope just in this case that Edwards and Edmonds can pick up the slack in this case. But and whoever else we get, because I don't know, we might draft some guys in the draft. I don't know, but yeah, I mean overall though, this has been a very successful offseason from the Bears, and the fact that we're addressing the trenches makes me very happy. How could I not be happy?
Well, not only that too, but like also, ironically, I think signing Amelie Zacchaeus is a good signing for a guy that has a good like speedster upside. Also, plus, not to sound like the only guy that gave a shit about Demir Bird when he was in Chicago, but I'm getting a lot of Demir Bird vibes from Amelie Zacchaeus.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I feel like in the Ben Johnson system, if you're the wide receiver 3, you really have 2 goals: be fast and block well, and it really seems like he knows how to do both of them. So, fine by me.
But yeah, I think the Bears have had a great offseason to the point where they are unironically offseason. Get the banner ready.
Can we just avoid the 7 and 10 again? Because I hear
Oh no, we won't go with 7 and 10.
champions. I see 7 and 10.
We know, we fucking know, because every fucking Twitter fan base is like that. We know.
I'm excited to see what Ben Johnson can do. He was an offensive guru.
Absolutely.
Oh, 100%.
He might be the coach that Caleb Williams needs.
I can't wait to see the Bears. The North is going to be a bloodbath once again. I'm all here for it.
There's no bad teams on the North. All of them have winning season potential.
And
now, granted, their schedules are rougher this year, but we'll see.
Reactbot, how do you feel about the Bears this year?
Chat, am I real?
Me?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead, Noah.
Reactbot, okay. My bad.
No, you go ahead.
If you want to ask Reactbot a question, you're allowed to ask Reactbot a question.
I don't have a question to ask him. I'm sorry.
This video doesn't deserve my reaction.
Wow! You're gonna take that line? You're gonna take that line?
Damn.
What? No, are you just gonna let him say that to you? Damn!
Ouch!
You're just gonna let that happen to you, Noah?
You're just gonna let him say that to you?
Get up! He's dead! He's dead!
Noah is a nice guy. Why would you say something so mean?
This is low-key Bridgerton coded.
Shut up, Reactbot.
Ooh,
shots fired.
That I've never seen Noah so hostile.
Wow, Reactbot. I don't know how Reactbot's gonna handle this.
You know, we might have to internally talk about this with Reactbot after stream. This kind of behavior is unprofessional, befitting of a man like him.
Yeah.
He gave us our time. He's here. He like Jack Reactbot, you want to be here.
Inflation for the win.
Luke, we're gonna have to have a talk about Reactbot after this episode. That's some inappropriate behavior right there, and I don't think that really fits our brand.
He just made himself a little bit bigger.
Are you saying you don't vibe with plus-size people?
Yeah, are you being fat phobic? You're positivity
SMH.
I'm literally a fat ass. I'm 6'6", 350 pounds. I am quite literally built like an offensive lineman.
Guys, I think we should cancel Taegan.
Wild. Insane.
Who's next?
Up next, the Cincinnati Bengals. You want to know what they did, chat? Dick fuck all.
What?
They signed TJ Slayton and the gritty goat Mike Gesicki.
The one thing I will say about the what I really like what they are doing, it has breaking in, and if it's Rappaport saying this, I have a lot of belief on this. So If Rappaport is telling me that the deal could be signed by this weekend, I think the fact that they're actually signing T. Higgins and Jamar Chase to extensions, I'll be okay with that.
I don't. To quote Brett Coleman on it, signing your wide receiver 2 to a similar deal as your wide receiver 1 instead of paying your defensive end 1 your wide receiver 2 money is completely ridiculous.
Oh, it is. You're absolutely right. But like, what I'm blown away is like they mismanage their assets so well, and it's gonna bite them in the butt. But like, the Bungles have never been free agency players, really.
That's true.
They build more from within.
Well, that's because Mike Brown's, cheaper, than, I don't know.
Yeah, it writes itself. I think we agree there. You can insert anything and that sentence works. But I mean, keeping if they're able to keep Chase and Higgins for long term, yeah, that's amazing for the offense because we saw what the Bengals offense was last season, and it was absolutely amazing. Granted, it wasn't their fault that they missed the playoffs, and that brings me to the other point where it's like it's great they're doing that. It's not so great that you're probably going to be losing Hawkinson.
Hendrickson.
Hendrickson, god damn it. Yeah, fucking hell. God damn it. Okay, Hendrickson, yes. I don't know why I got him and TJ Hawkinson confused. I don't know why, but yeah, losing Hendrickson when he was basically your only defensive player that was doing anything last year, basically hard carrying the Bengals defense all season to something that probably prevented the Bengals defense last year from being one of, if not the worst defense in NFL history. Yeah, that's a bad loss. That's really bad.
Yeah, you're giving like the 99 and like 2000 Vikings a run for their money. That's how bad you were.
Yeah, because it really feels like in this case, and God forbid the Bengals don't luck into some amazing defensive talent, the Bengals are going to be, yet again, in a lot of games next year, where the score is like 38-31. That's what it feels like.
Let me just check who the new defensive coordinator is for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Sal Golden.
Oh, that's an improvement. As for their old one, I can't wait to talk about that because we might be doing a little bit of funny there.
I will just say this to cap it all off. Unfortunately, Alex Kappa Mikey is no longer on the Bengals anymore.
No, not my favorite Twitch emote. Where'd he end up going?
I think he just got released. He's a triple crown, though. Most sacks allowed, most pressures allowed, most QB hits allowed.
Wow. I can see why they released him.
Well, after the Bengals, we have their redheaded step sibling, the Cleveland Browns. Holy shit, this is ass. Except for one, Myles Garrett. Look, I'm just gonna say this real quick. There are some people who play to win Super Bowls, and there's some people who play for money. And I gotta respect the people who play for money because you are showing the true signs of humanity by willingly wanting to play for the Cleveland Browns to get $40 million a year, which I do not blame him.
That is dedication to the bag right there.
Money talks.
Mm-hmm.
This money was talking to him like the Green Goblin. He put on the mask.
Yeah, it's like
I think somewhere in the contract it said.
One day we were hearing about how he was on the verge of being traded. He wants out of Cleveland. Then the next day, we hear that he signs that extension. That's the power of money.
I will say this real quick. Simply put, I think somewhere in his contract he says that he's allowed to bash his helmet into Mason Rudolph's head at least 2 more times before he gets suspended.
So is he
No,
going
no, no,
back
no,
to
no,
Sean
no, no,
Watson's
no.
head in
Mason.
React Bot?
Friend zoned.
Oh.
Well, if
Well,
we're on the
speak.
topic of Steelers quarterbacks or former or actually, yeah, I think Rudolph's back with Pittsburgh, so never mind. But on the topic of quarterbacks that have played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Kenny Pickett's the Cleveland Brown.
And you
Yeah,
want to know who might be joining him
baby.
potentially?
Pickett finally gets to wear that orange hood.
The time to get dangerous?
I think.
He said no. He said no. Walked away
Sad.
without a contract. Sorry.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
Oh.
But I mean, on the bright side, if the Cleveland Browns ever want to do a South Park themed helmet, now they have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have the perfect thing for a highlight reel. Oh my God! They sacked Kenny. You bastard!
I will say this though: the QB battle between Kenny Pickett and fucking I wasn't gonna say Cam Ward.
Pickett to you.
Oh, Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett. Nah, the quarterback battle between Kenny Pickett and Kyle Allen is gonna go crazy.
I mean, it depends what happens because, like, if they don't get Russell Wilson, I think, and if the Titans do pass up on a quarterback this year, Cam Ward to the Browns sounds quite nice because then if you're Cleveland, you immediately turn around and you cut Deshaun Watson and you get the cap penalties over with as soon as possible.
Well, I have good news for Kenny Pickett. He won't be facing Kyle Allen because Kyle is off to Detroit.
Well,
so yeah, no true South Park because no Kenny and Kyle. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
sad.
I mean, yeah, right now, the Browns quarterback room is Kenny Pickett and basically the Sean Cosby. That's the quarterback room right now.
Ugh. Yeah, it smells like Cam Ward is coming unless they can get a deal with Russell Wilson. Like, if you get a deal with Russell, like Russell Wilson allows you to pass on this class and go to next year's class, or you get Cam Ward, and it sounds like this is kind of a group that you can kind of pass on, or you'd go for a shot to save your job in Cam Ward.
All right, so they're gonna go for Cam Ward.
Yeah, I think it's more. I think the Titans are going to pass up on a quarterback this class around. This class just it's not good.
I mean, here's the thing. I really think Ward has all the capabilities of making it work. It's just I don't really think he wants. I don't know. I don't think the Titans are the best fit, honestly, for him or any quarterback. Like, I don't think this quarterback class is 2022.
It's not.
But it feels like it's not 2022, but it's definitely like if I had to compare it, or like if I had to say like how would I rate this class, I would say better than 2022, worse than 2023.
Yes. There's only one quarterback that's going to go in the top 10. Absolutely. What was the quarterback year? What was the quarterback year Blake Bortles was drafted?
2014.
2014.
Yeah.
Oh right, Blake Bortles existed.
That was I think he was the first quarterback off the board.
He was the first quarterback off the board. He was third overall.
Yeah.
Yep, and that was the same draft class that Johnny Manziel got drafted by the Browns.
Yeah, and this feels like it's that class.
This is me going into why I think the Browns are going to take Cam Ward anyway, because let's be real, this is the Cleveland Browns we're talking about. I wouldn't trust them to make a Hot Pocket without destroying the microwave. That's how incompetent I think the Browns are at this point.
No,
I mean, honestly, we'll have to talk about the other quote unquote quarterback teams as this goes on because yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on with those other teams, but we'll get to them later.
I will say this before we head on to Dallas. I'm going to feel really bad if fucking what's his name Kevin Stefanski loses his job because the Browns traded for fucking Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, that trade
The whole
completely
first
has
mission-
destroyed whatever hope this organization has had.
Yeah.
The worst thing that they did.
Without a doubt.
But yeah, time to talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
you want to
boy.
know the perfect thing to describe them?
Honk Shula, sleep on that thing.
No, I have something far better. I'm sure you guys have probably heard sometime today, but Playboy Cardi's album "I Am Music" came out today, and oh boy, is that album very similar to the Dallas Cowboys free agency. You want to know how it's similar?
How's that?
They signed the same damn player 30 times.
Man. Going away from football for a minute, you know, Playboy Cardi just makes me so sad because I feel like he had so much potential coming off of Die Lit, and then he just completely blew it, just choosing to live in that one sound he has. And now he's just like the AC/DC of rap.
Mm-hmm.
It is very funny. If the Dallas Cowboys made an album, I'm sure it would be called I Am Football.
Reactbot, did the Cowboys just bore you?
Today is June 22nd, 2025.
No, it's not!
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Listen, this is what happens when the Dallas Cowboys do something. They scramble Reactbot's brain, and that's how you lead to that.
Even Reactbot doesn't know what they did.
Yeah, once again, this is another year where we point and laugh at Jerry Jones, and we all collectively say, all in my ass, because
How do you
it's
hire
far more
Schottenheimer, man?
interesting than whatever is going on in Frisco.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Noah?
How do you hire Schottenheimer, man? Why would you hire Schottenheimer? That was like the one pick that every Cowboys fan hated.
Because Jerry Jones is a senile old grandpa that needs to be stripped from the franchise that is entering a brand new arc. Do you want to know what that arc is called, Noah? That arc is called the Grandpa arc. It's the Al Davis arc. It's the Al Davis arc.
Well, not only that too. It's just like, why are you signing the man that got ran out of Chicago? The man that wasn't good enough to be in Chicago. You're signing him as your DC, and I get, but he's a decent defensive coordinator.
He wasn't even good at that. Wasn't the Bears' defense pretty bad this year?
Here's the thing.
It was middle of the pack.
Yeah, it took a step back, which I think is also part because Flus lost the locker room, which was a big part of that. But I mean, overall, the defensive coordinator, it's fine. Like, it is what it is. But at the same time, the fact that in terms of like the big three of head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, the fact that that's your most inspiring hire is not the greatest sign.
Yeah, the thing is with it too, it's just like, I think not Matt Nagy. I think Eberflus is probably going to be running the team more than Schottenheimer has, because Schottenheimer has no head coaching experience.
Yeah, I'm sure Luke can tell us all about Brian Schottenheimer and his
drunken offense. Yeah, that drunken offense, man.
I suppose this is what Jerry has to do to move off of the Zimmersaurus Rex.
Like, the thing that it baffles my mind, because To me, now the path is clear to what the Cowboys are. The Dallas Cowboys are the team that is going to be a team that's forever entrenched in the new arc that the Oakland Raiders were in during Al Davis's latter years. Congratulations, Raiders. Sorry, congratulations, Cowboys. You're now entering your Oakland Raiders arc, where you're going to sign, where Jerry Jones is going to be getting a stiffy from a fast timer in their 40s, while their team flounders about. You say these are big moves. You make stupid move after stupid move because you refuse to hire a GM or let anybody in your team have any sort of control whatsoever. And therefore your organization is going to suffer year in and year out again because of your utter refusal to adjust and adapt to the game of football. You refuse to give up control to anybody else in the organization. You say that you are the best GM in football. No, you're not. You're a senile old fool that just needs to be stripped from the organization. Somebody take this organization away from him, man.
You know what I find funny about the Dallas Cowboys? The way they started their entire dynasty was because Jerry Jones decided the first thing he would do was completely blow it all up. He knew the writing was on the wall. The old organization, the old coaching staff, the old office, they weren't really tanking either. So that's what Jerry did. He tanked with Jimmy Johnson. He got benefited by the great train robbery, as Jimmy Johnson called it, with the Herschel Walker trade. But in the end, he still tanked. He still did what he needed to do, and it led to a dynasty. And for some reason, he just hasn't done that ever since. He hasn't done the literal thing that got the Cowboys that dynasty in the first place.
Well, it's not even that they need to just outright tank. They just need to do something.
Well, maybe not tank, but definitely restructure, rebuild. Not just try to keep it afloat.
At this point, they're just like an old man floating in a swimming pool. Just trying to pay attention to his grandkids.
Yeah, I mean, like, 'cause you mentioned things like rebuild, restructure, retool. All of those things would be better than what the Cowboys have done. The Cowboys, having done just about next to nothing, like, they're doing the bare minimum this offseason. Like, I'll give them this, it's more than what you did last offseason. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, this is, you really do exist in this offseason. You really are just a football franchise right now that exists off name value and recognition because you are the most valuable sports franchise in America. And you're going to keep on being that regardless of how you do on the field, regardless of how fans, media, players feel about it, regardless of how that goes. It's not going to matter because, well, Jerry Jones is still making his money. And that's all he's going to care about until the day he dies. He's going to be the one making money because the Dallas Cowboys are a profit machine. And yeah, I'm repeating what everyone said about this team many times over.
Yeah, but Nick, you don't get it. Jerry said they're being selectively aggressive this year.
Yes, and I'm selectively aggressive when I like to play video games, but yet you don't hear me doing the dumb things that
Honestly,
the GM does. And again, this team is so boring, I just want to scream next.
Well, yeah, before we do that, though, I just gotta quickly say, being selectively aggressive, I feel like that annoys me more than saying you're going all in, because at least looking back at it, all in is funny. Saying something like you're gonna be selectively aggressive just reeks of PR talk. It just reeks of it.
Exactly. Anyways.
Synergize this.
Up next is the Denver Broncos, which, like, they've had a decent free agency.
I like
getting Hufunga. Getting
like Noah
Bufonga's great.
Fant.
Dre Greenlaw's great. Evan
Mhm.
Ingram is great.
Mhm.
Trent Sherfield, I don't know much about him.
I mean,
Trent Sherfield, he's actually a sneaky good wide receiver 3 candidate.
Mhm.
We had him over in Minnesota last year, and I gotta say, the way he operated on short routes, I think that's exactly what the doctor ordered for Bo Nix.
I mean, I love what the Denver
That's
Broncos have
fair.
done. It's. I think what happens when you just get over that rust, like a bad contract, you just rip that Band-Aid off. They ripped it off, and because they ripped it off, they're allowed to spend, and they did good. I can't complain. They're gonna be fun to watch this year, and I can't wait. Good team. They did good. I like what they've done.
Reactbot,
Yeah.
how do you feel about the
Very good.
How do you feel about the Broncos, Reactbot?
He's happy.
Yeah, I feel
he
like
needs
that
to
when
bum
I
a
have to be
cigarette
with-
after that.
He needs his Marbies.
He needs his Marbies. He had to smoke a pack of Marbies after that.
Guys, that's how you know Reactbot is a true sicko. He cares about his Marbies, guys.
Yeah, overall solid free agency for Denver.
He was
They could've
satisfied
done-
after getting some. You had to bum a cigarette. Anyways,
Blah.
next!
The Detroit Lions, they didn't need to do much, but granted,
Getting all their injured players back is gonna basically just be
Yeah.
one giant off-season haul.
Yeah.
right. Their biggest signing was DJ Reed, which
I think that's a great signing. Honestly,
Yeah,
I think that's a good
just
signing.
keep in that case why am I blanking on him now? Like just keep the guy that you had.
Carlton
Like
Davis?
what's wrong with Carlton Davis?
I don't know. I mean, Reed's been very good though. The thing is, Carlton Davis, from what I saw, I mean, he was fine last year, but I get why. Like, hey, DJ Reed, granted, they're around the same age. It's like it's fine. I don't see a reason to complain here. It's a fine move. Just, Lions don't have much to do. I think their bigger focus, considering how many guys they're going to be getting back from injury, their bigger focus is on the draft, and I think, no, not much to really say here about the Lions. Like, they got to move here. We signed Tim Patrick. That's pretty good. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy with what the Lions are. They're getting reinforcements is probably like the biggest thing going on. Other than that, yeah, but we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do going forward.
It's going to be a steady diet of kneecaps in Detroit once again. And speaking of things from Detroit and things from my mom, at some point we are going to be having a podcast with Mom Sausage where we discuss sort of a tier list of all the jersey uniforms in the league.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's
Sounds
see what
good.
my mom's doing that day. Maybe bring my mom into it.
Yeah, Mother's Day special. Woo!
Ooh, could be something.
Lazy. Well, up next is a team that I don't even think we need to really much talk about because they didn't really do anything. The Green Bay Packers.
Next.
Yeah.
Just to go over some things. They had one good signing. Nate Hobbs is a great move.
Oh yeah.
Not hating on that. Aaron
Fine.
Banks. The Aaron Banks signing though, that is horrible.
What Ernie Banks was an absolute stud for the UGF Pandas. You take Ernie. Oh wait. Sorry, this is not. Never mind. I had an Ernie Banks on my UGF Pandas rebuild, and he was a 4-star receiver that went in.
But yeah, that was a
UGF legend.
very bad signing. But and other than that, they signed Brandon McManus and Isaiah McDuffie. Simply put, Green Bay's doing tradition, and that's not signing anything. Up next is the Houston Texans, which I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off. Chad, who needs an offensive line? Truly,
Well,
because clearly the Texans don't think Bryce Young needs one.
here's the
Uh,
thing: their
Wait,
O line
yeah,
was
of
so
course.
bad, they're
You
gonna
mean Stroud?
replace them.
You mean Stroud?
Yeah,
If your
Idiot.
O line is
Yeah.
so bad, are you gonna run that same O line out? No, you're gonna get whatever you can for them, and then they got whatever they could for them. They're
Yeah,
gonna have to be. They're gonna look at
Yeah, I
rebuilding
mean,
this O line,
that's true.
and
but why trade Laramie Tunsil?
Tunsil is like one of the only things that,
yeah.
in terms of like Tunsil is like one of the only good blockers the Texans had. Granted, he has a well documented penalty problem, something that's been
He
well
he
documented
he,
here and everywhere else.
he likes mustard on his hot dogs, is
Yeah,
what we're saying.
Yeah.
Sure, but in all honesty, it's like they're gonna have to be drafting. Obviously, they've acquired picks, but this is like it's not gonna be fixed, and so they're like, you know what, we're gonna go the hard route. We're just gonna build along the way. They're gonna look to being fairly active in acquisitions in the off season. I feel like what they don't get in the draft, and there's still some quality guards available, they're gonna give them a shot.
God, I hope they get some new guards for their sake, because Jesus Christ, why would you give up that for Ed Ingram?
Mhm. There's a lot of stuff that they're gonna have to do. They're gonna it's addition by subtraction. I get what they're doing. They gotta try to be better in the trenches. Can they do it better? Yes. So we're gonna see what happens.
Although,
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad. I mean, the focus here is on the trenches, but I mean, outside of the trenches, I'm fine with what they've done. Like getting Christian Kirk, yeah, I think that's worth taking the move. You only had to give up like a 7th rounder, which yeah, that basically happened because the Jaguars were originally set to release him, but of course they just made a trade after all. They also got C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That's a good move for the defense. Like, you know, he has a mouth all right, but you know what? He knows how to play. So yeah, I mean, the Texans made some good moves for, you know, the defense and all that, but that yeah, that O-line is a major question mark. It's something that really needs to be addressed by the Texans sooner rather than later, because the last thing you want is CJ Stroud going into a new offense, going into a different system, having to basically have to deal with another shitty O-line. You don't want that.
yeah,
Wait, not to
you mentioned CJ Gardner Johnson. The price they gave up for him was some draft capital and Kenyon Green, who I thought was one of their better offensive linemen.
Was he one of their better O-linemen?
Noah, can you back me up on that?
For the offensive line?
Was
Oh
Kenyon...
no, that's bad.
what?
What?
I looked up, yeah, I don't think Kenyon Green was one of the better O-linemen.
Oh yeah, he sucked until he got hurt until the MetLife turf took him out.
Yeah, he sucked until he got injured. Then he just sucked on the bench.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
little bit of that sloppy toppy, a little bit of that Gok 9000. You know what I'm talking about.
Well,
React, you know what I'm talking about, my man.
And tell me which Hogwarts house you belong to.
Yeah.
I don't.
Did you guys
Fuck
go to
that
the same
shit.
Hogwarts house?
I hate Hogwarts.
He doesn't like magic. It's too confusing for him.
But he does like how J.K. Rowling doesn't like trans people.
Insane. Fucking. I will say this real quick. Just because I want to. They actually started off pretty well. I think getting Christian Kirk for like a literal, like a lollipop was a good move. it sucks that they now kind of don't have someone that can block long enough for Christian Kirk to throw to.
We'll see
You
what
mean
happens.
CJ Stroud?
It's
Yeah, God. Yeah.
It's the way how I see it. It's addition by subtraction, and they're gonna go by what they deem necessary. So,
And the drafting's been good. Hopefully we can keep it up with the O line because that O line needs it.
Yeah. It's rough in Houston. Stroud's gonna be playing Joe Burrow and Andrew Luck Simulator for the next year or so.
Or more appropriately, David Carr Simulator, huh? Eh?
I get you. Well, up next is their rival, the Indianapolis Colts, who have
Somebody check on Mr. Ursay. I'm pretty sure he's gotten into his secret stash again.
No. He didn't take the cocaine this time. He let the GM do his work.
He took the cocaine. He signed Daniel Jones.
He also just looked at Lou Anarumo, snorted a line, and said, "Yeah, that's our new defensive coordinator."
What better name to have somebody to compete with Anthony Richardson than somebody who is Anthony Richardson himself? I woke it up from my drug-induced coma, and we're gonna sign Daniel Jones because he's what Anthony Richardson. The boomers were getting confused on what an Anthony Richardson was. Now they won't be able. They can tell the difference now. Hey, intern, give me some of that booger sugar. Mr. Earthy, if you have a drug test tomorrow, you're gonna piss in it, bitch.
Oh God. Anyways, while that drug test gets taken care of, it should be worth mentioning one of the signings they made, Khalil Herbert. He's on the Colts now.
Ah, I like that.
Air legend.
I am also happy with their signing of one, Cameron Bynum. I'm sad to see him go from Minnesota. But I understand that, I guess they need safety help. And also, I guess they decided they don't need an interior offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
So Colts are funny. They do things with funny pop with the funny silly powder.
that jungle snow.
Jungle snow. To be fair, I do love that Peruvian marching powder.
Yeah.
Peruvian marching. I mean, sometimes you want to build a snowman.
Yeah.
This is what happens. Anyways, next!
Up next is once again their rival, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Next!
God, what an incredible off season that pretty much forced Khan out of. Wait, yeah, was it Khan? No,
it was
it Khan or
Okay.
Bulky.
How did I confuse Khan and Bulky? I'm such a moron. Anyway, yeah, that was such an incredible off season. The only reason Bulky got fired was because nobody wanted to play with him. That's incredible.
That is the funniest thing that I have ever seen, period.
Can we just agree that the AFC South is going to suck again next year?
And the funniest thing I've ever heard is Liam Cohen attempting to say Duval.
Duval. This is going to be a disaster. They've ruined Trevor Lawrence. Their mom finally got them something to be responsible for, and it died in 2 weeks. They had to flush it down the toilet.
Yeah. Well, the thing, if anything, I think their free agent signing is. I mean, not their free agent signing. Their head coaching signing is good. I think Liam Cohen will be good.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. I just don't know how he's going to do with Trevor Lawrence, because Trevor Lawrence has had a very bad rap.
Yeah, it's not going to get easy for Trevor. It's
Yeah,
it's not.
especially considering that now Jacksonville, considering you've lost both Ingram and Kirk, now it's basically just Brian Thomas Jr. and open pray that someone else can catch the ball.
Is Fred Durst available?
It's the kind of silly string that they have in their back room closet. Good luck, Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get I'm sure you can get Fred Durst to be your wide receiver. He's not really busy right now, is he?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you know what? I'm sure there's many AEW wrestlers that would love to be their wide receiver.
True. They'd probably get a pay raise.
Yeah, it's true too. Anyways, Jacksonville keeps boring me to sleep, and they are a team that is ruining Trevor Lawrence as we speak. Thanks a lot, assholes.
Well, after that, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, who once again, who's simply put, they didn't really do much except sign Nick Bolton. But there is one thing that we need to address. Chat, Gardner Minshew was one step closer to that Super Bowl ring.
So close. He's so close.
Hey, React,
so close.
Is Gardner Minshew going to be the stuff of legends within 5 years?
The Lord answered, "Bring me a heifer 3 years old, a she-goat 3 years old, a ram
I cannot
3
hear
years
you.
old, a turtle
Take
dove,
notes, take
and
notes.
a young pigeon." Genesis chapter 15, verse 9.
Okay, read
He's still
Genesis
going?
chapter 15, verse 9. That is what you need to bring to the football gods, and they will make the legend of Gardner Minshew. That's what you have to do now. You have to bring in a 3-year-old, a goat, and some other things.
Yeah, you have to perform a sacrifice, buddy.
Yeah, that's what you have to do to get Gardner Minshew a Super Bowl. You have to. Oh God damn it, he's on the Chiefs. Never mind, someone else is gonna do it. Oh no!
I mean, have you guys considered that this is the same strategy the Chiefs used with Blaine Gabbert, and it worked very well for them?
And Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to worry about dark magic. The Chiefs are dark magic.
I'm pretty sure Bundle Brewski is how Andy Reid summons the devil.
They are the kind of team that would sacrifice a 3-year-old and a goat.
One last blood sacrifice, and they win the 3-peat within the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Have we considered that yet?
I don't know.
We have not.
I don't think we have yet.
Yeah,
so are you saying the Chiefs' dark magic is going to continue into this season?
It's going to get so much worse.
Uh-oh.
Like, if you think
Valid.
the blood
Oh, no.
bad now, it's going to be way worse in 3 years. Like,
Guys, ReactBot says the Chiefs are going to be on dark magic again next year.
Sky, earthquakes, everything.
Guys, we just had another Jaden Daniels moment.
ReactBot has said the Chiefs are going to be on dark magic again. Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
Oh no!
Clearly as I see you now.
We're screwed, guys.
We're gonna be putting the crystal for this for sure.
We wish we'd be putting the crystals for this one, man. The dead we will envy the dead during these next 3 years.
Oh, I don't think I could fucking do it. Chiefs. The note about Xavier Worthy, he is innocent.
Yeah.
They jumped the gun. His, I guess now ex-girlfriend failed to do an affidavit. He caught her cheating and has asked her to leave. He waited 2 weeks. She did not, and then she said he choked him, and he never laid a hand on her. So she's innocent. Sorry, he is innocent. He is innocent.
Yeah.
So they're fine. Xavier Worthy's fine. I'm happy that I'm sorry for him, but like better that than choking a woman, because you would have been kicked out of the Chiefs for that, and your career would have been gone.
Although speaking of women beaters, Kareem Hunt just re-signed with the Chiefs.
Speaking of women beaters, what a transition.
Well,
Yeah.
I was channeling my
Well,
inner David Letterman.
Hey, good point.
Interesting point. Simply put, insane things are happening in Kansas City. Unfortunately, they heard that the goat sacrifices were caught, so now they must do it some more. Up next is the Las Vegas Raiders, which their biggest thing of note is Mr. Geno Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, guess it's time for me to do the talking. I mean, yeah, I'm fine with the Geno Smith trade. Like, honestly, I'm fine with it. And just having just trade like a third rounder away for Geno Smith, that's fine. I think that's a good trade. It's an immediate upgrade over what the Raiders have had the past 2 seasons, and I feel like Geno Smith on the Raiders could be, I would argue, pretty similar to what we kind of saw with Derek Carr when he was with the Raiders. So I think Geno, at least at the minimum, he raises the ceiling, or not the ceiling, the floor at least. I mean, technically he raises the ceiling too, but he easily raises the floor by a shit ton for this Raiders team. And that's something very good to have if you're the Raiders, especially considering now you're reuniting Geno Smith with Pete Carroll. So that's pretty good. Max Crosby got a big payday, which love to see that. I mean, Crosby is the heart and soul of this Raiders team. So it's great to see that, despite the rumors that Max wasn't exactly happy with the direction the Raiders were going, it's great to see that this offseason has convinced them that, hey, you know what? I'm here to stay for the long term. So that's pretty good. Adam Butler, good signing. Landon Roberts, that's a great signing, especially for just $3 million. I love that signing. They also got Jeremy Chin, Alex Kappa, Eric Stokes, and Raheem Mostert.
Mostert!
I like what the Raiders have done. It's very Pete Carroll like. I feel that for the transitional game, this is exactly what the Raiders are doing. Because I don't know if they're gonna get Shedeur Sanders, but if they are gonna get Shedeur Sanders, they are perfectly ready to be in that period of transitioning. I think getting Pete Carroll, getting Geno Smith, you're still in a rebuilding phase, but what it means, it's like you're telling people that, hey, this rebuilding phase is just going to be a little bit longer. It allows Pete to kind of mold that next that next head coach for the Raiders, which it's going to be on the current staff. That's their next coaches. I think Pete Carroll's going to be here for 2 years. But as for like the last job, he's going to have his entire staff with this team. They're going to be learning a lot of great things under Pete. I love Pete. He's a fantastic head coach. And I hope he does well for the Raiders, but reality is the AFC is really hard, and this is a team that might be staring at the barrel of another long season. But the focus now is it's less about getting a franchise quarterback and more about building the foundation for the franchise quarterback. And this is the first step of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you mentioned that. By the way, you mentioned how like the AFC's tough. Yeah, AFC's tough. AFC West is extremely tough. So we can start right there. But with the Raiders, it is interesting because I have had this viewpoint for a while that the best situation for someone like Shedeur would be the Raiders. I think it's easily the best situation for him. It's honestly the situation I think he would make work. But this is kind of just a trend that I've been seeing since they made the move for Geno, since they've made all these, free agency moves. This is just what the vibes are saying, and this feels like something that Pete Carroll himself would really like. But there's a lot of sources that are linking the Raiders to Ashton Jeanty.
Yeah, Pete does love his running backs. Pete really loves his running backs. It could be Ginty could be going to the Raiders.
And running backs that play in the West. Because Ashton Ginty plays at Boise State. And you know what? That's close enough. Pete Carroll loves his running backs that play on the West.
And especially and again, his attributes is very similar to Marshawn Lynch. And Pete Carroll loves running Marshawn Lynch. So it wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders got Ginty. So it's a lot of it too, it's not just the focus about just getting Ashton Ginty. I think especially when you're looking at the focus of the Raiders, it's more like you're going to be trying to focus on what are the gems you're going to get in your day 3 picks? Because Pete loves his day 3 picks. He really does. He wants to give them every opportunity to potentially shine as a player. So, good for Pete. I wish Pete the best of luck. But for the Raiders, you're now starting... I think they're starting to rebuild the right way. You've got a great head coach that's not... You don't have TV personalities running in your team's organization anymore. You have football men in your organization. And I think Tom Brady, he's in the executive branch, and he's gonna have a good enough say in it to where it's like, hey man, we need a foundation here. Let's start building the foundation we have for this team going forward. And this is what the start of it looks like.
Yeah, I like what we've seen.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Let's continue this transitional period and see what happens.
And hey, I'm sure like the Pete Carroll Geno Smith thing. Even if it isn't a rebuild, it'll still feel like one of those Vegas residencies that people pay to see.
Yeah,
true. Sort of like Katy Perry and Frank Sinatra.
California girls were undeniable.
Hey, you know what? Listen, Pete Carroll just seems like the type of head coach that would make Vegas work. Like he wants to coach in a place like Vegas. He's the kind of guy that would make something like that work. I mean, he coached in Los Angeles at USC. I think he knows what to do.
Yeah, we'll see what happens for the Raiders, but start of a new transitional period. Good luck to Pete. Look.
Who's up next?
Rams. They re-signed Stafford.
No, Chargers.
Oh, Chargers. They did stuff. I couldn't care less.
No, they didn't really do anything besides they now have Jalen Reagor on the team.
Okay, next.
They had Reagor last year.
Yeah, he's been there.
My bad.
The only thing
I think the main thing is that they lost Bosa, I believe.
Yeah. Like you cut both of them, you feel like
sense.
you can replace them, but it sounds like especially someone like Joey Bosa, he's often injured and can do better than Bosa, I guess.
Yeah, he just trying to stay healthy. I mean, the only thing to really note about the Chargers is that I've been seeing a certain Chargers fan on my timeline that's constantly bitching about this. So, hope he's doing well.
Who is that? Timeline, not in your place, timeline.
Yeah, timeline, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect for the Chargers? Here's the thing. People need to learn that when you lose a veteran guy, when you just cut him, it's because he's not being productive anymore, right? Because I think a lot of times I view a lot of NFL contracts as 1 or 2 year deals. Rarely will it be like 4 or 5. Like in free agency, or when you sign that second contract, very rare will they ever just play the whole thing out. They probably won't play that entire contract out. So I don't know why you need to be upset about it. You can find a linebacker in the draft, right, ReactBot?
No, I've already reacted to this.
No, you haven't.
No, you haven't.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's why they named him Dr. Gregory House, because it's a tribute to Sherlock Holmes. Do you get it, though?
ReactBot, I'm sending you to the basement.
Are you okay, buddy? ReactBot, that's okay. Okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. You know what? He doesn't get what the Chargers are doing either, I guess. Next!
Okay, now it's
Los
Rams.
Angeles Rams. All I'm gonna say is cornerback Jimmy Garoppolo, 1 year deal to up to $11 million.
He
Hey,
was once the bane of the Rams, and now he's gonna be their best friend. Just kidding. I don't think he was ever the big bane or even the
yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see what the Rams are gonna do.
I do know they're keeping Stafford. I think Cup's gone though.
Cup is gone. He's
Yeah,
in
and they
Seattle
got, of
now.
course, the big one. The big
That's
one
a
that the Rams got. Vontae Adams.
Yep.
oh yeah, Davante. That would be really exciting 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
I mean,
still
I'm
think
gonna
it
be fair.
is.
He's still got it in him. He's not the wide receiver one anymore. And with the Rams situation, he doesn't have to be, which is the best case for him. I think Devontae's still got talent in him. He still showed those flashes last year. It's just he was playing for two shitty teams. One that was just a dysfunctional mess, and the other that was basically being Aaron Rodgers' best man for half the season. And I'm pretty much surprised that Aaron Rodgers hasn't begged at he hasn't begged at Stan Kroenke's door to please let me join the Rams with Devontae. I'm surprised he hasn't been begging and pleading for that to happen.
Yeah. I think the thing with Devontae, it's gonna work. You have Tutu Atwell and Puka Akua. So, I mean, you're not going to be the focal point of the offense, so you're going to allow your talent to shine at the end of the day. So,
Right.
could be worse.
I think my thing with the signing is that it's giving off the same energy as when the Rams signed Deshaun Jackson. You know, and that didn't pan for Deshaun out at all.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, yeah, it didn't really pan out, but to be fair, that was still a better signing for them than signing Allen Robinson.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
True.
it is. I think already I could say signing Devontae Adams is going to go better than Allen Robinson. I mean, you have lots of options. Stafford has lots of options to throw to. Can't complain. I can't complain, so... Well, we're gonna see
Well,
what the
I
Rams
can,
look.
so fuck you.
Well, good for you, Spencer. Then complain. You haven't complained enough about the Rams. Let's hear it. Complain about the Rams. Or do
I
I need
liked
to...
you better when you were in St. Louis because you weren't afraid to have a real dome instead of this rooftop garbage.
Although, I
Can't
know,
even play in a
sometimes...
storm, you pussies.
Yeah, that did happen once.
No, legally they can't because it's not actually walled in.
Yeah, because that happened. I'm pretty sure that happened during the Chargers game on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Also, but, like, it could be different state laws, too, so... I guess California could be more of, like, yeah, you guys aren't going to be playing football in here.
No, it's actually NFL law. Because of how SoFi Stadium was built, aka crappy, uh it was they basically you know forgot to build any like supporting walls in between the roof, so it technically doesn't count as an indoor stadium.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Reactbot, how do you feel about that little architectural fun fact?
I find that joke a little offensive.
Well, I guess he is from the area, so I mean, I guess it's
Yeah.
offensive. I guess.
I'm sorry for triggering you, buddy.
Yeah, see, maybe that's why Reactbot didn't make any sense because he knew you were going to offend him earlier. That's just the foresight that Reactbot has.
He has a third eye, man. You just can't see it because it's on the other end of his model.
Anyways, you have Stafford. Thank God you guys didn't get Darnold. My nightmare is over. I can finally be at peace. I can finally sleep at night.
You sleep at all? I'm kidding.
I wasn't sleeping when Brett Coleman said, "I like your Sam Darnold predictions, but here's something that nobody is saying: Sam Darnold to the Rams." I would have been like, "No, this is like the perfect destination of where he could go. It's like the one destination where it's like, should you imagine Sean McVay after he's had 1 year with the Vikings and he did pretty well with them?" Oh no, the nightmare I was having is like, because he's going to be a stud. Sean McVay is going to make him an absolute monster at quarterback. Now that he's not, it's like, oh, I can finally be at peace.
Yeah, and he can return to his normal dreams about, like
Skyrim.
being one with the VTubers.
I can go back to dreaming of me saving Tamriel. Hooray.
Yeah, you can have your boats binted all.
My
all
boat
you
can
want.
go binted and I've never been happier. Because remember, chat, boat goes binted?
So Rams, who's next?
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Don't
Dolphins.
Shua sleep on that thing. Next!
Actually, hold on.
Oh, wait.
No. I
Oh.
have something
You
to
not-
say real quick. I
Sorry.
have something to say real quick.
Okay.
There was two things the Dolphins did that I liked. They got Nick Westbrook-Akini, or Akine. God damn, I can't say the last part of his name.
Akine.
But Akine. Yeah. I mean, that one, I knew about that because I saw RBT molding on the timeline when that happened, but good signing by them. James Daniels is nice move. He's coming off an injury, but before that, he's been one of the strongest O-linemen in the league. So you know what? Good signing there. You always need trenches, especially with Tua behind center. Unfortunately, that is canceled out because they signed Larry Borum.
Ooh.
Until then, the Dolphins
You want to
are
know
still
something?
fucked.
You're such a bore.
Get out of
They
here,
also
dude.
signed. They also signed Alexander Madison, which is kind of funny because the Raiders signed Raheem Mostert, so that's pretty funny. I mean, only other thing to note is that Zach Wilson's going to have the time of his life.
Yeah,
Oh my
strippers
gosh,
and
MILF
titties.
City! It's MILF City down there.
Oh hell yeah!
Anyways, Zach enjoys that. Anyway, next up, Spencer, it's time.
Oh boy, I get to talk about the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes, you
And
do.
oh my gosh. So I actually so you guys mentioned trenches with the Bears before. It seems like Kwesi was taking note of that and then responded with trenches the next day because we went out and got Ryan Kelly from the Colts. We got Jonathan Allen from the Commanders, and we also got Javon Hargrave for a steal from the 49ers, and we also got Fries from, I want to say his name is Matt Fries from the
The
Indianapolis
bag.
Colts.
Oh,
We got
Will
Matt
Fries.
Fries from the bag.
Yeah, we gave Will Fries the bag. So yeah, honestly, this is exactly the free agency I have been looking for since 2018. Like, focus on getting a 3-tech, beef up our O-line, specifically the interior O-line. I think our tackles are fine between Darrisaw and O'Neal. And we actually got some return for somebody who I thought was easily our worst offensive lineman last year. So it's cool that we're rebuilding for that. We also signed a cornerback from the Philadelphia Eagles, Isaiah Rodgers.
Yeah.
And although that's not much of a big move, he's not the superstar cornerback. I do like him as the somebody who can play alongside Byron Murphy, who we just re-signed. And, and I also like the fact that we re-signed Aaron Jones. And it really feels like we're really setting up JJ McCarthy with a good amount of success for this team, especially with how Kevin O'Connell runs things. I am excited to see what we do with that first round pick.
I'm also interested to see, what do we do? What do they do here going forward? I'm interested to seeing, what else they're gonna do. I think they're gonna be looking at trading down in the draft, which will be interesting. Flip your
that wouldn't
first
surprise me.
into, several picks, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we tried to get somebody like Cam Scadaboo in the draft after trading down, to help accompany Aaron Jones in the backfield, so he doesn't have to be Superman.
Yeah.
I just
what
hope
the Vikings did. There's a theme, like the Vikings built in the trenches, and I like the Bears' response. They built in the trenches too, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens between those two teams, especially with the additions that they've made, because some teams were more aggressive than others.
As they say on Vikings Blue Sky, let Kwesi cook.
Yeah, and we love trenches.
React, what do you think about the trenches?
Hit that subscribe button and join the React Army.
This is completely off topic, but I was just like, as Spencer was talking, I get a message from my mother, and I go and check it. She fucking sent me a job fair.
That's mean.
Well,
I have a job.
But Taegan, hold on. Don't take it as a bad thing. Always inquire. It doesn't hurt to inquire about better paying jobs. Never hurts. Never hurts. Always go for the better paying job.
I'm going with the job that gives me the most happiness and joy.
Oh boy.
So you're quitting Hy-Vee then?
There's no way Hy-Vee
And not get paid to sit on my ass? Fuck no.
Taegan, there are people that are very terminal operators that do 2 weeks on and off that literally get paid to just press a button and use a Nintendo and play on their Nintendo Switch. I get
That's the kind of
paid
job
a
I
stupid
want.
amount of money to stand around and encourage good behavior. You can do better, trust me.
Just be like, hey, be good.
Yeah, exactly. That's my job description. Right, React Bar?
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
See, and I say that to them! That's right. No more Mr. Nice Guy! Anyways, next team.
Next team is the New England Patriots.
LMAO, Honk Shua, sleep on that thing. Next.
Please stop.
Oh, no. Actually, no.
Oh,
That is not true here.
They did do something.
Because New England has made a good amount of moves. They've actually made a good amount of moves here.
The first thing, the most notable thing is their new head coach. I do wonder what Vrabel's going to do.
Yeah, I do wonder what he's going to do, and it seems we're already seeing the aspects of what the Vrabel plan looks like with some of these moves. Because the big one was getting Milton Williams, 4 years, $104 million, Carlton Davis, Harold Landry, Robert Spillane, all on the defense. I really like all those moves. Those are great moves for the Patriots defense. That front seven really could use some help, and especially with Vrabel as a coach. Yeah, those are all very good moves. I mean, they also got Morgan Moses for the O-line. Still more work that needs to be done in that O-line and the receiving core, but in terms of addressing needs, Patriots did a damn good job with the defense.
Yeah, I like that. I'm more interested in what they're going to do offensively because I know Vrabel's going to take care of the defensive side of the ball. There's no question about that. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with the fourth overall pick. That has my attention. I think they could do a lot of really good things with the 4th overall pick. It depends also who's available. I mean, could you imagine Travis Hunter in a uniform? Or Tetra McMillan in a Patriots uniform? There's some great options all
Absolutely.
around. I'm really interested in more of their draft than their free agency signing because, like, they're gonna do the less flashy things in free agency, but I think where the flash comes from is who they're gonna draft and how they're gonna help Drake May going forth and just getting younger all around.
Something that intrigues the real Drake.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, fucking damn it. What?
It's the superior Drake, though.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
a superior. God fucking damn it. Brit!
Spray me all you want, for I have already won.
Anyways, Luke, for a team that you can actually sleep on, we go down south for this next one.
The Saints, honestly, Justin Reed. That's pretty much it.
I mean,
Yeah,
Justin Reed and Chase Young.
Actually, hold on. You know what the fun fact I found out? Guess what? They're going to be $43 million under the cap next season. I don't believe that.
Oh.
I saw Valente talking about this, and I'm like, he tried to convince me. I don't believe that they have salary cap space. I think he meant to say $43 million over the cap. But he tells me apparently they're $43 million under the cap? Like, yeah, whatever, liberal. I totally believe that.
Insane.
let me just like, what the, I still think that the Saints are just kicking the can down the road forever in perpetuity and just like completely jackknifing their
Yeah, I'm just more of just, okay. They'll have cap space next year, I guess. Wait, Spencer, am I allowed to say that? Saints in cap
What?
space? Or do I get
yeah,
canceled for
but,
saying
like,
that?
let's see. There's some. Oh my! There looks like. Oh, that's how they did it. They just gave them a shit ton of void years.
Ah. Well,
And yeah, I actually looked it up. Yeah, they will have that much cap space next season.
no.
Miracles do happen.
I hear it, but I still don't believe it.
I don't know. It just still doesn't feel like the right thing to do. But maybe I'm just an idiot. But like, I don't know.
I mean, I've long accepted that the Saints are just gonna do whatever the hell comes to Mickey Loomis's mind. That's basically been the strategy for basically the entire 2020s. Is just yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I want, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Like a villain. I feel like every time he steps up, there's like a thunderstorm, and I get scared because I end up peeing.
It's like you've really been on like a piss kick for some reason. What the hell is wrong with you, man?
I'm sorry. I was scared, and because sometimes it just wurtle out a little bit.
I'm giving you a spritz, but I'm also gonna be spraying your floor with deodorizing some stuff. Okay?
Oh, thanks.
Get the hose. Forget the bottle. Get the hose.
I might need the hose because I still am terrified.
I have bad news. You scared the hose.
That's a great fucking joke.
That's a good way to that. The Eagles? Is it the Eagles?
Wait, no, it's the Giants. Oh,
No,
God,
the
we're in
Jets.
New York and New Jersey.
Oh yeah, the Giants and then the Jets.
Panther, you signed Justin Fields. Cool. Giants might sign Rodgers or Wilson. Both are funny options. I hope for my friend's sake that you get Mr. Cam Ward, because he will be running all over the place when they sign Cam Ward. Other than that,
Wait, hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. We can't forget the Giants made the biggest signing. They actually made two of the biggest signings.
Oh.
Tommy Cutlets is staying.
Gabagool! Hey, they have a quarterback on their roster! The Giants have a quarterback on their roster!
I'm footballing it!
Hey,
Yeah,
they got a quarterback on their roster! Hey, I'm walking here, Christopher.
That was the first big one. The first big one. The other one is James Hudson got signed, and for some reason T-Pain made a freaking tweet
Oh, I
of like
saw
the
that.
tweet that the Giants made showing that picture where he basically like said like this was literally just out of nowhere. I just see this. He basically just says like God, where is it? Where the hell is the tweet? Here it is. I'm finna turn this franchise around.
Dude, that's such a T-Pain thing to say. To be fair, his probably turnaround's gonna last as long as Hig was on Penguin Zero's YouTube channel.
True.
It wasn't very long, you guys. One video.
There was also like a big signing because of what I feel was a brainlet move on the part of one of the free agents. So Javon Holland, he goes on TV, talks about I want to go to a team that's competitive. The Vikings were offering him more money than the Giants, and I hate to toot my own horn, but they're better than the Giants. Javon Holland signs with the Giants for less money anyway.
Oh no, that was fake. That came out to be fake. He said it on Twitter.
I mean, it's believable. It's believable though, because I mean, this is Javon Holland we're talking about. And granted, to be fair, I can get why he wants to go to the Giants, considering he probably wants to try and have Vic Fangio kick rocks again, considering last season that didn't go well.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll see.
It appears I've startled a dog in the neighborhood. Oops.
Are you sure that the dog wasn't startled at the fact that the New Orleans Saints have cap space next year? That would startle anybody.
Well, I don't think the dog really follows the New Orleans Saints. It's probably more of a Lions fan, considering where we are.
That's fair. Anyways, the New York teams. You guys are sure? I hope Justin Fields can do a Justin Fields thing. He looks like he's gonna start, but yeah. The New York teams, you guys are still gonna be bad. Just right where I left them off in the last several years.
Just like almost as bad as Chuck Schumer. Ha 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 ha.
Alright, we got what, the Eagles, Philly?
Yeah,
Philly,
a lot of their stuff was just gutting their core.
Gutting their core because guys are gonna, the Super Bowl tax. They have draft. They're gonna reload in the draft like they always do. Next.
Steelers, again, not too much. They signed Darius Slay.
Will they get Russell Wilson?
For DK Metcalf.
They got DK.
Metcalf, yep.
I can't wait for George Pickens and DK Metcalf to fight people while whoever's playing their quarterback is running for their fucking lives.
Oh, if Aaron Rodgers ends up in that mix,
oh my god! This is like people who are like into like a bunch of like drama shows. I want to see that so badly.
So
how bad it you know how desperate like urinating tree is to like avoid seeing Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. The man was literally begging for the Steelers to sign Daniel Jones. That's how much he does not want Aaron Rodgers, and I don't blame him.
This is going to be the worst, most disaster.
Guys.
Like, here's the thing. I would say this could work out, but like Mike Tomlin's not going to do jack shit, and DK and George Pickens are some of the biggest divas out there.
I think you're forgetting one crucial element in this chemical fire. Arthur Smith is also going to be.
Yeah, he's still the OC. Yeah. This sounds like
you have a locker room with Arthur Smith, George Pickens, DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers. How do you think
Yeah.
that's gonna go?
Like, here's the thing.
I mean, regardless of whether Aaron, the thing is, regardless of whether Aaron joins or not, yeah, this is just asking for like, I just already see it in the visions where it's like, DK and Pickens are like one incident away from recreating the explosion at the Krusty Krab, like the freaking bombs.
Like, here's the thing. DK, like, I've he's been on the Seahawks, for the first 6 years of his career, and he comes off as very calm, cool, and collected. It's more, I don't see him gonna be like fighting down the field like George Pickens. Like, George Pickens is someone that would fight down the field. I feel like that is easy to take DK Metcalf mentally out of a football game. He's very easily mentally, you can mentally check him out of a football game very easily if your DC is smart enough. That's what something that I'm not really fond of about DK Metcalf is. It's not that he's somebody that's good. Like, sure, he'll push someone down because it's like, yo, get out of my face, man. But like, he's somebody that is mentally like, if you get him mentally checked out, that's it. He's out, and you're gonna trust George Pickens or a checked out DK Metcalf. I wonder, right? Mike Tomlin doesn't seem like the right guy to motivate him, and Seattle was looking to ask for more, but they realized when you move off of DK Metcalf, it's their coach saying that he's not. It's the coach's choice. I feel like this was more of a Mike McDonald going, you know what? He mentally checks himself out of games too much, and we don't want that on this team. So,
Luke, I have bad news.
What?
Mekhi Becton signs with the Chargers.
Beep. That's okay.
Personally, I like saying nonsense words when that happens, like fiddlesticks.
Yeah,
That's a classic.
That's a great one. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, as for Pittsburgh, maybe less diva. Maybe it's less bit of a diva, but it sounds like it's a locker room that's not going to work out, and everybody sees it coming.
Yeah, it's good. I feel like Days of Our Steelers just got renewed for another season.
I can't wait.
Hey, if Aaron Rodgers wants to direct it, he's more than welcome to, because you know what?
React, how are you looking
NFL just
forward
works
to
on
what season? So we want to say season 3 or season 4 of Days of Our Steelers.
The new season.
The newest season of Days of Our Steelers.
Every time. The perfect reaction every time.
That's perfect. What team is next?
San Francisco. Meanwhile, just got a new short
I prayed
idea.
on their downfall, and it's happened. They're gonna be so bad, and they've got nothing in the pipeline coming. You mean to tell me you cut your best offensive weapon in Deebo Samuel? You traded him away. You traded him away, and you mean to tell me you're gonna trust on a Ricky Pearsall, who I haven't seen enough of yet? You mean to tell me that we're gonna have to trust this over anything else that you have done? You mean to tell me we're going to trust Brandon Ayuk, who it sounds like that extension you signed him to was going to be something that was going to be immediately regrettable. They regretted that sign the second that pen went to paper. They did not want to sign him. They should have just traded his ass, and it should have been take this contract or fuck off, because my God. They're bad. You cut your injured vets, but you're bad. Fuck you. I can finally say that because Aiden is not anywhere. He doesn't watch these fucking streams. He's not on Twitter, so I don't have to see him fucking dox a person because of the way that they they drafted. I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to do that. Aiden doesn't watch these streams. He's not on Twitter anymore. He doesn't have to call me a doomer. No. We're not gonna be bad. No, fuck you, Aiden. I've always hated the Niners. The Niners are the worst team. They're going to go 0-17 and then sign Brock Purdy to $60 million. Because that's what they fucking deserve. You guys wasted a draft pick on Trey Lance, and that's finally going to bite you in the ass.
You can tell that the draft pick was wasted because it echoed into the microphone.
This might be a bit of a take, but from what I've seen, I don't think Niners fans are really against Debo being traded. He seemed to have a really bad year last year. Didn't really seem to be as into the game as he was in prior years.
Yeah.
Real problem last year was the amount of injuries that they suffered. If they're healthy, they're usually an NFC Championship team or Super Bowl team. If they do get hurt, they're out of the playoffs. It's as simple as that. They're either lucky or they're not.
Can they be injured again? I want them to have another bad season.
They're either the 49ers or the 49 IRs.
Here's the thing about Debo. True, yeah, that's very true, Spencer. The thing about Debo is just, that was a trade that needed to happen. And honestly, for as much as I'm like, you probably should have gotten more for it, considering the wide receiver market in question, it's become apparent that this also feels like a symptom of Debo himself and just the wide receiver market, entirely. But like something like Debo, I understood. I mean, I get why the Niners haven't brought a lot of their guys back, like Greenlaw didn't come back. I mean, I know one of the big reasons they didn't sign Joey Bosa and to have him play with Nick Bosa is because Bosa has a really bad injury history. Like, I get that, I do get that the Niners are like, we don't want to sign injured players. I think that's a good strategy. Mm-hmm. I like that. It's more just right now, it feels like now that the Niners have a lot more, there's a lot of holes right now on this Niners team. And it really feels like, there's only so much you can do to fill those holes. And
I hope Brock Purdy is such a bad, please have a bad player and get paid $60 million.
I just don't know if they'll be able to do it. I mean, if they do it, if they do freaking, I don't know, Eagle style or something like last year, okay, that works for them. But if not, then, well, this is the consequences of not cashing in on your Super Bowl opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Bro has bro really did blow up, really ruined the greatest Super Bowl window of all time. Bro really did. They ran into a blunder, but immediately fixed said blunder. But now that blunder is coming back to haunt them. I can't wait till they're just back in the basement as they always are. They deserve it that much. I hate the Niners. That's how you
really feel, man.
I hate the Niners. I hate this team.
The weirdest part about their free agency too, they're just signing 1-year guys and hoping they pan out. That is honestly the only thing keeping them in some sort of relevancy.
You think the 49ers are going to be stroke with luck or stroke with bad luck this year?
Well, depending upon what the response is going to be, that's determined to the mind.
Well, you're not going to? Okay, you did listen to me.
He said they fell apart. That's right, they did fall apart. They did. Bros fell apart.
Hey, ReactBot, were you kidding just now?
This video gets a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5, yeah, it's a 4 out of 5 chance that
they
fall apart.
4 out of 5 that he was joking.
No, that they fell
apart. I asked if he was joking.
No, that they fell apart.
Nick,
No, next.
Nick, I'm just saying, I said fell off. I mean, I did I not?
Yeah,
I mean,
he's agreeing with you.
No. I'm saying if he was joking, and ReactBot said 4 out of 5. I said I was joking, correct, Nick? If he was joking, right?
Yeah, correct.
Should we move on to the Seahawks before we kill each other?
Yes.
Yeah. Although, real quick, this video is brought to you by this really neat time bomb I found in my mailbox.
Huh. Wait.
Time
bomb? Open it!
Anyway, Seahawk to Seattle on that thing. Moving on.
All right.
Hey Noah, how do you like this new phrasing that we're doing?
I like it.
Nice. Anyways,
You like Seahawk Tua?
see a
Oh
hawk
no,
is-
that can burn.
that
can
can
burn
burn in hell.
really
You're
hot.
right. But anyways, before
Seahawk Tua, Darnold on that thing.
okay, let's
Taegan,
talk.
I'm
You
going
get to do the
end
funny
you.
voice now, Luke. You get to do the funny voice.
It's time. It's time.
I'd like to say hello to my fellow Sickos podcast members as we introduce the greatest man, finally free from critical Vikings theory. Yes, I'm talking about the man, the myth, the legend, the Darnold. We got him in free agency. To those people who were woke that thinking that Seattle was going to be deliberately in a rebuild, I saw that you were completely foolish and completely wrong. No, they're not rebuilding. They are going into a new era of Seahawks football. They traded DK Metcalf for believing in this thing called evolution instead of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He believed in that. We shipped him off because that was the wrong mindset, and we don't want to have his Marxist philosophy in our locker room. So he's a bum, and we got rid of him. Say hello, ladies and gentlemen, to the greatest white summer of all time. We bring in Cooper Cup as my running man. CD Cup as my running mate going forward. We are going to be huge. We are going to be the next greatest thing since sliced bread. Right? We're coming for the NFC West title, which has been long held by the woke mob. That's right. We are going to de-wokeify the NFC West. It is time that the Darnold lead us to the greatest treasure of all, the Super Bowl. And it's going to be huge, folks. Let me tell you this. It's going to be huge. And we will welcome all our wonderful friends to join us as the 33rd state. We can't wait to welcome Portland to the 33rd state as soon as possible. It is going to be the greatest thing of all time. We're going to tax teams, their wins. They're going to belong to us Seattle fans, as they should have all this time. We're going to have a dominating season going forth. This isn't a rebuild. This is what a reload looks like. The next generation of Seahawks is here, and we can't wait. Sam Darnold, he's going to be here for the next 4 years, and it's going to be 4 years of fantastic prosperity in the great city of Seattle.
Folks, disagree with this man. He has a wise way with words. Certainly, he learned a lot from studying the film of this man.
Indeed.
And I must say, the Vikings, some might say, they really put the mini in Minnesota, folks. But now he moves on to the great Pacific Northwest as Lewis and Clark and Steve Largent did before him. And now with mediocre Metcalf on his way over to Pittsburgh.
Mediocre Metcalf.
See, that's the thing about Donald Trump. He has. It's not enough that you name drop people. It's that you have to come up with like these
adjective. You need an adjective.
You need an adjective to stick in front of them because it's not like Geno Smith. It's like grumpy Geno Smith.
Ooh, okay.
And Lazy Lockett. Lazy Lockett.
No. I was never gonna diss Lockett. Lockett's time. Lockett retired. Let's get this one thing clear. Lockett was retiring. He's retired him. We retired him from the Seahawks. He did a great this team a great service many years. But it was time for him to go on to greener pastures. We would have felt terribly guilty if we still held on to him as an organization. We felt that it was really good to move on from Tyler Lockett. He is a great American person, but we realized that we needed to move off of him because he did this great serviceman in Tyler Lockett, but mediocre Metcalf was something we could no longer tolerate, and grumpy Geno Smith, too grumpy for my likings, terrible chemistry with the team, but we will not be dissing Tyler Lockett. That man was fantastic. We hate to see him go, but it was for the best for this organization. May he enjoy retirement wherever that may be.
We sent him to the desert, folks. We sent grumpy Geno Smith and
Hey, Nick, I just want to say real quick, this is why I voted for Jackson Dart.
No. Here's it. But no. In all honesty, getting Sam Darnold doesn't. It's only 2 years of it's guaranteed.
Right.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
2 years of it's guaranteed. You still can get Jackson Dart. You can
True.
still get Jackson Dart. This doesn't rule it out, and this isn't a great draft class anyway, so you can pass on it anyways. So...
Don't listen to Taegan here. I hear he voted for Lamara.
Lamara Harris.
God.
Anyways, I'll talk more.
I actually voted for JSN Jr.
Jackson Smith McJigba, he was a third-party candidate, but that interception he threw at the Pro Bowl games was a bad look.
I do just want to quickly.
Don't worry, he's
comment
gonna
on the
become
fact
he's
that-
gonna become one of the Darnold's secretary of reception.
Okay,
Shit! Is it
does
bad
that
for me
work?
to say Jalon Essenusk?
No wait, Jalon Bobusk.
Oh God.
Anyways, I'm gonna go more about in depth with the Seahawks moves in the next Puget Sound Off, which is gonna come either Sunday or Monday, one of those days.
I just wanted to quickly
Folks,
say though, this
folks.
is not a. Oh God.
So, folks, I'm just saying, as my running mate J.K. Boba would once say, we're gonna make Seattle great again. We're gonna bring back Nirvana. We're gonna bring back grunge. That's right, we're gonna bring back grunge. And specifically, we're gonna bring back the 90s uniforms. Everyone loves the 90s uniforms.
Oh my God. Listen, it's just so funny to me because Luke, your impersonation of Trump was really good. It's
Thank
just
you.
for some reason when I heard it, I could not. It sounded like a mix of Trump and Wildflower. That's what it sounded like.
I felt like, cause like I was trying to practice that in the mirror a couple times, but I couldn't get something. It only sounds like kind of nasally. You know, I think it's gonna be it's like it's as best it's gonna get because like it sounds more nasally than anything. So yeah,
But as long as it's funny, it works.
yeah.
The trick to a good Trump impression is that you have to yell everything. You can't be quiet about it. You can't be like, I'm Donald Trump and I like being with Vladimir Putin. No, you have to like mean it. You have to say it with your whole chest. Like
I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm tired of everyone saying that there's not enough lanes. Cause they're right. We're gonna get some more lanes in. Don't worry, we're gonna get right on it.
One more lane, bro. We're just gonna add
We're just gonna add another lane. We're gonna add one big lane.
One more lane, bro. Anyway,
the Random Gamer, folks. He's wonderful. Listen to me.
I don't know.
Let's go, Viking Gamer. What a great person. What a great person. I just want to say his thoughts on the people of Israel are spot on.
You sound more like Elon Musk.
Oh God.
You sound more like Elon Musk.
Folks, welcome to S, the only place, the everything Discord. Welcome to S. You know, it's perfect here. It's perfect here. After this, I just made my old fling. I just made her sign a NDA to tell everyone that she's not fucking me, and I don't have another child that I just made.
Anyways, guys, I also, my stock
This is your father. Please come back. Please come back.
there's also my father. We have to talk. There's also my company. We have to talk about. I'm here. We're gonna test out the the Esla product. His stock has been taking, but I think it's just such a wonderful vehicle. I can't drive it myself, but like it's a cool vehicle, and I think us as Earthicans, we should be getting a vehicle like this. We'll be honored and it'd be huge.
Folks, I'm putting all my stock into Tesla. That's right. With our #1 overall pick, we're gonna be drafting a Tesla over here in Tennessee. We just got the hottest coach right off the market.
Oh, we're going
Brian Callahan.
But he's been here for 1 year already. Titans.
What do you mean? I fired another one. We just hired another Callahan.
Russell Wilson, it'd be funny. Thank you.
Yes,
Russell Wilson. Nah, we're sending him to the retirement home, man. Actually, no, we're gonna send him to Arizona because Kyler Murray. We have something planned for him. He wants to play Call of Duty. Well, I got a Call of Duty game for him. It's called going to Palestine.
Oh God!
All right, next Titans.
Cut. We're editing that out.
Yeah.
You're that's the only way I could transition to Tampa Bay. Thank you very much.
Just say next.
No. Anywho, Tampa Bay, they did hardly nothing. They signed Hassan Reddick and Chris Godwin. And Levante David.
They also signed Kendall Vildor, so
they're a legend.
All right, cool. Next, Titans. Next,
Dan Moore, laugh. Commanders, Laramie Tunsil.
I really like what they did to trade when they got whatever. He's former Niner, don't care. They look great offensively. I'm excited for them. I'm tired. And
something I forgot to mention. We forgot to mention with the Chargers segment. I guess Najee Harris is a Charger now. Oh
yeah,
boy.
That could work.
Yeah, I just can't believe this is maybe gonna pay off for my prediction that he's gonna end up on the Titans in a few years.
Could be.
Once all his useful years are all drained up.
Yeah. Well, that was free agency.
React, but how do you feel about all that yapping we just did?
# not all men.
Yeah. Not all men were involved in free agency. So true.
Not all men are created equal.
I like React, but anyway, thank you guys for joining us on a rousing edition of the Untitled Sickos Project. We kind of went unhinged at the end because I'm Unk and I'm old and sounds like we're all kind of tired. Anyways, next week we got the UFL baseball. We got lots of good stuff coming through. Then after that, we're going to be doing a watch-along of the first game of the season. And yeah, we got lots of mock drafts to come along. We got 10 players in the Pick'ems pool this year. So if any of you are interested in joining the Pick'ems pool, do let us know. Grand prize winner is $50+. So guaranteed pot of $50. We'll see if there's any more money that's going to be added to it. It consists of all picks from UFL, CFL, college football, and NFL.
And we will also be talking about the best time to snip your balls off, March Madness.
Yeah, we're going to talk about vasectomies instead of who's going to win the basketball tournament. And I will go pick basketball games based on my March Madness bracket is who would likely win in a football game, this team or this team. That's the way I apply my logic. I had Alabama winning it, but I knew Alabama wasn't going to win it, but they shockingly made it all the way to the final 8?
The
Yeah,
Elite
they
Eight
have.
is
They actually their basketball program is doing very well. So yeah, Alabama actually makes sense.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be making picks based on who would likely win a football game. So yeah, we got lots of fun stuff planned for you. They're doing not Taegan Rampa tomorrow.
I
No,
still have no
not
idea.
tomorrow.
I don't. I'm not planning on it mostly because
Yeah, I don't
I
think it's.
don't think.
I really don't think it's tomorrow. I don't see
Alright.
it.
Who
We
knows
might do
if
my GM. We might do.
they'll do
We
my
might do my
GM.
GM.
Yeah, they'll do something, but I don't know if it's. I don't think it's gonna be Taegan Rampa. But you know, keep an eye on stuff. We also got Martians on Tuesday, and yeah,
Who knows? We might get another Taken crash out.
That's guaranteed to happen. Hey, ReactBot, would you love to see a Taken crash out again? He's laughing already because he knows the next one's gonna be funny. he's foreseeing the crash out.
Some safety is gonna like barely miss an interception, and
he's gonna go on the biggest racist crash out that we've seen.
Why would I go on a racist crash out?
Because it'd be funny.
Not really.
No, you would just pause the game and be like, "Look at you! What are you doing with your hands? Why do you even have hands?"
He's gonna have like a potential, but you're gonna cut him because he dropped a football too many times. And
you're no. What's gonna happen is he's gonna try trading him for like a first-round pick to somebody.
And he's gonna end up.
These
selling
people
for,
make
like,
fun
a
of me.
fifth.
Yet, how many Martian games have they won? Exactly 0.
Well, Taegan, we don't have an Xbox 360, and franchise doesn't have online co-op.
Simply put, you still have 0 wins. So
Yeah,
I mean,
you have 0
to
digits.
be fair, I do have wins. The Alaska Aliens did beat the Maple Leafs twice last year, so there's 2 already. So take that.
All right, I'm gonna conk out for the day. Take care.
Yeah, I
guys.
think
Alright.
that's
See you
a
guys.
wrap.